16. No media. Welcome back to another episode of No Media, y'all. Your host DJ, your host Levi. Been a while. It's always been a while. It's always a while. But it's been a while. But we always
Never my fault though. Just want to make it explicitly clear. It's never my fault.
we don't talk about that guy. Anyways, just like your father. Better late than never, but never late is better. So we back, y'all.
He
Episode
stole that from somewhere.
16.
That's not original.
Episode 16.
He
Yeah, that's
stole that.
Drake. Yeah, that's Drake. We fancy, huh? You fancy, huh?
Like he could have did Kendrick.
Hair
he could have did
done,
something more insightful.
nail done, everything
Nails
big.
done, hair done,
Hair
everything
done,
big. That's how you
nail
feel?
done, everything
That's
big.
how
Oh,
you
we
feel?
fancy, huh?
Marcos
You
Taco?
don't like fancy? You don't like fancy?
Fancy is solid. Fancy is solid.
Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
It's
Anyway,
solid.
welcome back to episode
Solid.
16.
Like when I was a J, that was my favorite Drake song when I was a J. I ain't gonna cap. That was my favorite Drake song.
Today, what we gonna get into? We're gonna get into
Playoff woes. At
we're
least we made
playing
the playoffs.
we're the 10 seed playing the 1 seed, so we'll talk about that. Then Levi's gonna get into some draft picks. That he got the 20th pick in the 2025-26 draft. So yeah, but I'm just gonna jump right into it with the playoffs. Usually we have Levi for coverage on games, but luckily I was able to tune in this time and watch the entire game. Box score, just to pull out the box score real quick. The Cavs beat us 121 to 100. With Ty Jerome
turning into the second,
putting on a
white
masterclass,
attacking Tyler Hero.
I'm gonna get into him, but I just want to say, the chance of Ty Jerome shooting 63% from three and 67% from the field, probably not gonna happen again, thankfully. But just overall, we're looking at the stats. Things like I'm gonna talk about Hero. Hero is one of the main people I want to talk about. He shot about 39% from the field last night, 50% from three. In general, what I noticed, and he's never been a super strong inside finisher, but he's always been good enough. But in general, noticed
this year, he's vastly improved.
He's been a solid, but in general, what I noticed for this game was that they were just hounding him, and he still doesn't have the size to get off a lot of those shots on contact. So he was relying on a lot of floaters, and I mean, of course, it's going to be very difficult to put up a floater over Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, which was the main matchup that was happening.
Not better than Bam Adebayo.
Every time he beat his matchup, got into the paint, he had to put up a floater like just before the free throw line.
That restricted area, I already know.
Yeah, and you got Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, Twin Towers standing right there. Like, of course, that contest is gonna make it hard to get off that floater. Hero didn't have, in my opinion at least, well, 39%. We definitely want better.
Worse than it was, so.
Well, we definitely want better. I will say this: Cleveland does recognize that Miami's offense is heavily reliant on Tyler Hero, like cooking.
Tyler Hero or bust.
Because of that, it was very evident that their game plan going in was, we're gonna bump him every single time. We're gonna bump him. We're gonna apply contact. He's gonna have to finish through the contact, and he struggled. And another big thing to do with that was on defense.
They were hounding that man.
It was Hunt Hero. It was Hunt Hero on defense.
Yeah.
It was during the third quarter. I can't give the exact number, but I think at one point there were 5 straight field goals between Sam Merrill. 5 or 6 straight field goals between Sam Merrill, Donovan Mitchell, and Ty Jerome. 5 or 6 straight field goals just on Hero. Like, they were hunting him completely on defense. So it's like Hero, like, he's not the best defender, but he definitely put in that effort, and he's definitely trying. But he had to juggle that mix of, okay, I need to defend these 3 guys that are currently going off, while also picking up the offensive load on the other side and
They
having to
have to
score
hide.
over people like
They have to hide him better.
Allen and Mobley.
Have to hide him.
So Hero had some struggles. He still finished the night off with just a second, I believe it was like 20. He finished the night with 21. So he had his struggles, obviously. Finished the night with 21. A couple turnovers. Bam Adebayo, he did okay. He had 24, 24, 9
Better than Mobley and
rebounds,
Allen.
a block. And I wish I could agree with that, but
Better.
what I'll say regarding
Talking about
that,
stats. We ain't talking about teams right now. I'm leaving here with something.
what I'll say regarding last night, one huge, like major thing that I noticed, right? Um, Cleveland is not overall like the best rebounding team. You would think that they'd be up there with Allen and Mobley, but they're really not the best rebounding team right now. But last night
They
on the
out
offensive glass,
yeah.
they were out rebounding us by a lot. And I think it was really a size thing, if I'm being honest. Because a lot of those matchups it'd be like Mobley like tips the ball into the air and then it's like an easy catch for Cleveland to get back the offensive rebound. I think it was very much a size thing. I
Play
don't think it was
Jovic.
lack of effort. There was maybe like two
Jovic.
there was maybe two plays where I could say the Heat players were just standing around and they let an offensive rebound go by easily. And that was both of those were offensive rebounds by Jared Allen, and Bam wasn't even in the paint anyways. So, just in general, watching last night's game, the box score 121 to 100. It doesn't show how close the game was, and I was texting you about this yesterday, Levi. While we were keeping ourselves in it and staying competitive, it was it was just trading baskets for the most part, but it was too little too late. Because for most of the game, right, at least in the third and fourth quarter, we're down by like 15. We go on a little run. Maybe we cut the game to like 6 points, right? Then Cavs go on another run, back up by like 12 now. We go on a run, cut the game to like 7 points. They
I
call
was watching
timeout.
it on the real life. I saw Lee would jump,
hmm
jump,
It
but
was
it
it
wasn't.
was a lot of like little runs by Miami, but at the end of the day, while Miami pressed the gas very on and off, Cleveland
Had full
built their
control.
lead and they kept it. And even when they were losing that lead, they still had enough good defense and good offense to keep that lead substantial enough to keep us out of the game. Because I'll say for most of the game, most of the game, we were in it by like 10 up until the fourth when Cleveland just went on a huge run. It's very much sparked by Ty Jerome, who looked like baby Michael Jordan out there for
More like
absolutely no.
Steph.
Levi, 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 there was 3 seconds left on the shot clock. He threw a one-handed midi fadeaway. Like he just threw it up and did this, and I was like, he's not making that. He pushed it.
Here's the
The buzzer
problem.
beater pushed, and I was like,
Here's the
what
problem.
do I do?
But DJ, you have to remember, if anybody if you don't know their name and they're shooting a crazy shot up against the Miami Heat, it's
They're
always
making
going.
it.
It's
They're
always
making
going
it.
in. Like, what
They're
are we
making
talking about
it.
here?
They're
DJ,
making it.
we thought we thought we won Game 6 in the ECF. We thought it was over. Here comes this ball behind dude named Derek White come flying in out of nowhere, tipping that ball in. Do you remember
The
how you
demon of the
felt that
East.
night?
That's what I call him.
He's the real star of the Boston Celtics, by the
Listen,
way.
listen.
They ain't ready for that conversation.
There's two shots that are always gonna go in, right? There's two shots that are always gonna go in. The first one is any random playing against the Heat. The second one is any Nuggets players playing against the Lakers. Those two shots will
Or
always go in, no matter the distance.
CJ McConnell against our team. That
Loki
man on
into
the Pacers, I don't know why, but he always torches. It's ridiculous.
Derek White and TJ McConnell might be the top Heat killers, Loki. Derek White is the number one Heat killer in my eyes. He will always be like every time I see Derek White, I just see the Grim Reaper.
The thing about Derek White is on the team
Man's
he's
a
on,
demon.
he's so good. Like he's not good enough to get star coverages on defense. but he's good enough where he takes advantage of those open shots to a point where it's just like, all right, bro, like we get it.
But um, going into this, I'm not. I'm in no way a pessimist. I'll say that.
I was
However,
never. I'm just happy to be here, DJ. I'm just be real with
I
you.
I will say this, right? The Heat, we are always going to try to win, no matter
For sure.
what. That is the game
That's
plan.
a given.
We will always
You
plan
don't
around
like
trying to
it,
win.
unfortunately, you got to be a fan of another team. You thought you
But what
had
I'll
a top
say,
10 pick.
as the 10 seed currently playing the 1 seed, and in my eyes, the second best team in the league, only behind the Thunder. Maybe third best behind Boston, because I think once Boston gets going, Boston is better than Cleveland. But in
It's
my eyes, behind a playing like we're the 10 seed playing a top
we're gonna
five
have to
team
see how that
in
series
the
plays
league.
out for me. But yeah, I'll give you
We're
that.
the 10 seed playing a top five team in the league. Honestly, at this point, if we can steal 2 games, we have overachieved.
Yeah,
If I'm being completely
even if we
honest.
get one game,
If
like,
we prevent the sweep, we did
yeah,
well.
moral
And
victories.
the 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 game plan that I can see Spo taking to
Yo, bitch.
help us keep it in, to help us keep it closer, even though it was pretty close. I will say a lot of that, the referees were allowing Cleveland to have a lot of pressure and contact, but we couldn't even touch their guys. And I get it, home whistle, you're gonna get it. Even who was the announcers last night? I know one of the announcers was Candace Parker. I don't remember the other one. Was it Kevin Harlan?
Candace
But
Parker or Doris Burke?
Candace Parker.
Oh, she was doing the what?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, she was on the TNT stream.
Ooh.
I don't remember who the other one was, but they were talking about it that there was definitely a bit of a home bias whistle because the Cavs were getting a lot of calls that
I saw
Miami
that
was.
because I watched some of the highlights after. They also
Yeah.
pushed that boy down.
Yes.
Duncan Robinson pushed him down,
Um,
and the ref's like, "Hey,
it's
don't do that."
there was a screen, right? There was a screen, right? And I'll say the main reason why it was a foul is because Duncan did do this. He did extend, right? But that
Right.
Cavs player, I think it was Merrill, he definitely sold
Everybody
that.
does that.
He definitely flopped and he sold it a little bit, right? So Duncan's complaining about the call. Donovan Mitchell walks up, and this is right in front of the ref, by the way, and just pushes him. And all the ref does is walk up to Donovan Mitchell and say, "Hey, don't do that." That's an easy tech. That should be a very easy tech right there. But we're definitely gonna be lacking in the whistle. That's for sure. That's just how it's gonna be. We're the
When you lose somebody like Jimmy
we're
Butler, you kind of can't. Yeah.
we're playing the 1 seed. We don't have that star whistle. I think the game plan going into our next games, just to maybe steal 1 or 2 games, is really one. I don't think Ty Jerome is a good player. I believe he's a 6 Man of the Year candidate right now. I
Yeah,
don't think Ty Jerome is going to have another 30-point game shooting 65% from the 3 point
no.
line. I doubt it.
The
I
biggest thing
think
I want them to do is they need to start Mitchell, R. Mitchell.
one of the biggest things that I noticed personally was our little runs would come when Donovan Mitchell was on the bench. Because as soon as Mitchell goes to the bench, sits down, the Heat go on a little run because the Cavs offense starts to stagnate just a little bit. Their defense is definitely still good enough to slow us down, but because that offense on the Cavs has started to stagnate when Donovan Mitchell goes to the bench, we start to go on a little run. D-Mitch comes back, and then the issue becomes either D-Mitch hits a shot or
We're
um
betting on D. Mitch.
or we're overcommitting on D-Mitch and somebody else hits a shot. Because even D-Mitch, he didn't have a shooting wise, he didn't have a crazy good game. He went 2 for 7 from three. Though I will say those 2 3-pointers that he hit were both of them were in the fourth, and both of them were to cap off a run. So
Yeah.
both of those 3 pointers that he hit definitely mattered, even though he didn't shoot very well from three. 2 for 7 is not good. I doubt he'll be shooting 2 for 7 again, but he didn't have a crazy shooting night. But one big issue was in the paint. In the paint, Levi, like he was
Yeah,
completely
he was going.
unstoppable.
I saw that. Yeah.
He was.
So
Let me pull up his 2 point percentage because he was. Let me see if I can find it.
'cause I saw
I
he
don't think
was
I.
hitting crazy lays, dunking the ball, doing all type of stuff.
I believe
Was that we couldn't cut him off from that.
the 2 point percentage numbers aren't on the NBA.com right now, but I believe he went 90% from two. I believe
Quick
he went
question
9
though,
for 10.
DJ. Quick question. Who
Uh-huh.
you got? Who you got in the Clipper Nuggets series?
I want the Clippers.
Clippers and what? Clippers and what? Give me your prediction. Give me your prediction.
7. I don't think they're good enough to I don't think they're good enough to really capitalize that much. I want the Clippers, but I think this is a 7 game series to be honest, because I think Jokic is just gonna go insane to make sure.
Indubitably.
Y-
All right, but continue, sir.
Jokic is not gonna let anything happen. But yeah, D Mitch, he just
Sitting at-
it's really gonna be like we gotta hope like can we shut this guy down in the paint? If we can, he's a capable 3 point shooter. He's a capable 3 point shooter.
But
He had a bad night last night,
you
and
would
he's
want him.
still
You would want him to shoot more threes than try to go in the paint.
yeah.
Yeah,
He had a bad night last night, and he still like completely fried us inside the paint. If we can force D Mitch to take those shots, then I would love that, and I think that would help us a lot. We have to force him to make sure that three falls, and then we have to force everybody else to step up. I don't. Hopefully, we're not gonna see another 30 point Ty Jerome masterclass. But
Mm.
what I'll say just to cap it off. While the Heat can game plan around forcing D Mitch to take 3 pointers, the reason why he went 90% in the paint is because nobody could stay in front of him. And he blew past everybody. He
And
blew
that's
past
also yeah.
everybody.
That's also because we don't have like Bam can't we can't have Bam focus on him the entire time.
No,
Can't
Bam
have
can't roam off. And our
can't
Mitchell, our D Mitch, Davion, while he was doing fine on Mitchell, he's getting called. I think he had 4 fouls to. I think he
yeah.
had 4 fouls in the game because everything was getting called
They're
on
not
him.
letting him guard. Yeah.
He can't play physical.
No,
He can't play physical at all because
that,
then
that
he's gonna get a
that's
call.
that's my biggest problem with NBA referees, period. If you're a good defender, they let Draymond Green, what Jalen Brown. I know you saw that clip with Jalen Brown where he's pushing dude, pushing dude, pushing dude. They don't call no
hmm
push dude, pushing
hmm
dude. It's
If you
like,
have that reputation as a good defender, they let you get away with so much,
but I can't tell you how many
so
times I've
much.
seen Duncan Robinson make a good defensive play and they blow the whistle. Like,
hmm
I'm being
All
so
the
serious.
time,
He didn't like he may have fouled him. I'm not gonna say he did. But he'll slide his feet, he'll cut his man off. And they'll be like,
all the time, all the time.
so it's just
So
like
I think just if the Miami really wants to take a game or two, it's really gonna be force the Cavs to live and die by that 3 point line. But a lot of it is gonna come down to Miami needs to get some buckets, and we struggle with
they
that.
need to play Jovic. This is the Jovic series. He can match. Like, I understand as the Heat, you want to play your brand of basketball, right? You want to slow them
hmm
down, you want to grit and grind. But Jovic plays the way the Cavs play. He can get in there, he can make moves, he can keep eyes off the ball, and look, Jovic, if he get hot from three, if he start hitting them threes, DJ, you
And
already know.
I agree with that mainly because also what I think is, if we're being honest, we're not making it out of this round. Like most
No, we're
likely,
not.
we're not making it out of this round. I
Unless
would love to see.
act of God happens,
I
and
would love to see our players get some development. Put Jovic in, see what he can get some playoff development,
but
get them used to
Capella
the
in.
atmosphere.
Like,
hmm
I think Jovic needs this the most because I think out of obviously I think Ware will probably be better than him just because I think Ware physical tools wise is
Mm.
there. But Jovic, we've had this conversation before, DJ. There's something there. I feel like if he could pop, he'll pop. But he has to get the minutes. He has to get the reps. He has to play this. They have to go out there, and if they fail, I guarantee you they're gonna come back next year. They're gonna be better. We already don't have the pick, so you might as well play everybody. Like,
Yeah, I
well,
agree.
what is a lose at this point? Because I think even if we get swept in the series, I think that there will be something learned from all of these players so they can take into their offseason. Tyler Hero's gonna have some things he's gonna have to learn. That defense, I know he's not as capable as we want him to be, but
Hmm.
that has to be it. But
I
yeah,
agree.
this is a Jovic series. This is Jovic series. So he has to play him.
Do you want to take us into our picks, Mr. Hilton?
Picks. Yes, because the Miami Heat made the playoffs, our pick will be given to OKC because it was lottery protected. When you make the playoffs, you are not in the lottery. So that means we don't have our pick this year. We have it next year. And what 2020 is it 2027 or 2028? It's Charlotte protected. Um, But yeah, their pick is to yes, Charlotte in 2027. It is lottery protected.
Hmm.
For Terry Rozier. Oh my God, why? Why? Terry Rozier. Oh my gosh.
I
Anyway,
think I was looking at some mock drafts, and I think we were projected to take Dominique Clifford. He's with the Colorado Rams.
Dominique.
Yeah, well, that was when we had the 18th pick. Though we still could get him. He was a you want me, I'm gonna just give you his stats real quick.
Go ahead, baby.
Right now he's a 6'6" guard. Um, at Colorado State, he's averaging 19 points, one steal, half a block, four assists, and 9.6 rebounds.
Hmm.
He's actually the shortest person in NCAA right now to average at least 9 rebounds.
How tall is he?
6'6",
Oh,
six
I
six.
like that. But
Yes.
here's what I'm gonna say.
Um.
The Heat
Also
need
decent.
a
I just want to say
guard. Point.
decent shooting upside. I'm not sure about him at point,
We need a
but
point
I
guard.
will say as a shooting guard, he definitely would slot in great defensively, and he could be a future spot up. He has some decent shooting upside. This season he's shooting 37.7% from three.
Sure.
Um, Averaging 35 minutes a game, 50% from the field in general. So I think for, I mean, his assist numbers have increased every single year that in fact, all of his numbers have increased every single year that he's been playing, with the exception of his blocks. Uh, I think he could be I'm not sure if I see him being the point guard that we need in terms of playmaking, though I could
Mm.
see him developing it. I could see
You
him
never know.
developing it.
You just don't know what's coming out of
But if
college.
he was, I could see, I'll say like a quick scouting report that I could see with him is one defensively. He's a pretty solid defender. He's a pretty solid defender. He's 6'6", 200, good wingspan. So defensively, he's there. Rebounding, 9.6 rebounds for a 6'6" guard is
That's good.
really good.
That's
That's
good.
really good.
For
Really
sure,
good.
that's
19 points on 37.7% from three also shows that he's a good efficient shooter. I like
yeah.
it. I'm not sure if it's nothing I think will move the chains if I'm
Mm.
being completely honest, but I
Yeah.
do like him as a player and I would love to watch him play on the Heat.
Yeah. But the guy that I've been hearing a lot, you might not like where he's from. He's from a certain country. I'm not. Yeah. But We have Ben Seraph. He is an Israeli point guard, shooting guard. He's 6'5", 200. The Heat
Bro, you
have
trying to get me
scouted.
caught up? Why are you saying that? You trying to get me caught up, bro? Don't be saying that. Don't be saying that, twin.
Levi, why you trying not to laugh?
Please, please do not get me caught up, twin. Do not get me caught up, twin. I have
Man,
no issue with the
if y'all
Israelis.
don't know, bro, DJ ever since the World Cup, bro, he's been beefing with Israel, bro.
That is not true.
He's really been
That
something.
is not true.
He's
That
really
is not
big
true.
else.
That is not true. That is not true. This guy want to keep you from getting any jobs in the future. That is not true.
I'm trying to
Do not
help
say
you get
that.
a job, bro. Stop.
Do not say that. Do not say
We
that. Do
love you,
not say
Mickey
that.
Harrison. It is
Do not say. Do not say that. Free Palestine, but I'm not beefing with Israel.
free Palestine.
River to the
Oh,
sea,
free
but I'm not
Palestine.
beefing with Israel.
But no, I'm just joking. But no, Ben Seraph, he is a point guard. That is probably where we're going. He's projected 21st,
Hmm.
but we're 20th, so we could get him.
Another 6'6" guard.
6'5", 6'6". He's 6'5",
Yeah.
200. But the thing is, I don't know his measurables yet because they haven't come out. But I really
Uh-huh.
was a big fan of my fears. But you know, the Heat decided to be good. So yeah. But no, this draft is all about getting a guard. They need to get a guard. Like need to get a guard.
Desperately.
We need a point guard.
Desperately.
And then we need a backup big, but I don't know how backup big happens,
I think
but
at
we
the
need a point
moment,
guard.
I'm happy that at least we have Ware and that Bam
No,
is
no,
not
I'm happy at
alone
where.
in the
Yeah,
paint.
but the problem
But
is you have to
but
stagger
a
those two,
guard,
and we've
a
seen that. Yeah, but we
playmaker is
definitely
completely necessary. I really
yeah,
wish that Davion could develop into like a just pure defense and playmaking guard. I really wish that he
but
had that
he
in
can,
him.
but Dame, he
He can
can like
playmake, but
Mitchell,
he's
he
not at
can
the level I
playmake.
want.
Yeah,
I
but
kind of
that's
miss
that
Kyle
that
Lowry.
he was drafted by the Kings. It's not his fault.
Yeah, I kind of miss Kyle Lowry. I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie.
I miss Kyle Lowry too, but Davion does everything Kyle Lowry doesn't do. He just shoots the ball. If Kyle Lowry shot the ball like Davion Mitchell, we wouldn't have traded him. You
Yeah.
know that, right? His contract
Also,
would have
he's
just
old,
expired. Yeah, he is very old.
very
But
old,
he was
ancient.
savvy though. Wiry vet, sneaky athletic, you know what I'm saying? Or was he too
Hmm.
dark to be
Hmm.
sneaky athletic?
He had a lot of grit. First guy in the gym, last guy out. Coach's favorite player. Has some sneaky bouts. High motor, scrappy type of guy. You know what I mean? High motor, scrappy type of. It kind of reminds me of like your Grayson Allen, your
John
Sam
Stockton.
Merrill, your John Stockton's, Steve Nash's,
Hey, did you see the Steve
you
Nash? I
know,
wanted to be
half of
black. Steve Nash, I
Steve,
wanted to be black.
half of Blake Griffin,
half of
uh,
half of Stephen Curry too.
both Stephen Curry's parents are black, just light skin.
Oh,
Yeah, both of his parents are
you
black. They
would
just light
know
skin.
the genealogy of that.
What is that supposed to be? What is that? You acting like I'm Winsett.
Boy.
You acting like I'm Winsett.
No, you're not Winsett because you actually know basketball. But anyway, yeah, no, this draft is a very good draft. I just wish that what did we even trade this pick for again? I don't know. Um, the point is this: the Heat need to adapt to modern times and get this whole pick situation together. Like they can't be giving away picks. They need to figure this out. Like Pat Riley said, adapt or die. I'm gonna need to see some Pat, because this old ways. Think about what they said. Think about the old days. Them the old days. We can't do this no more at all.
There's no more adapt or die because I'm not gonna
No,
lie. Like
we have to.
maybe we could have had that with Jimmy, but
I don't. With Jimmy, we would have to pay him. Jimmy wanted a paycheck. That's the thing.
no. I mean adapt or die worked with Jimmy. It worked better with Jimmy because we've had this discussion before. The NBA is very, very reliant on having a heliocentric player. You need
Yeah,
that heliocentric
yeah.
player. And so that adapt or die, it could have worked well with Jimmy, but it's not something that
Well,
works
when I
well
mean adapt or
without.
die, I'm talking like the organization, like how they run stuff and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like they can't run stuff. Like unfortunately, free agency is not really a thing. They're trading players now.
I really would love maybe not a change in management. I'm not sure. Okay,
I don't
let me
think
say
we don't
this.
need
Let
a
me say
change in
this.
management period. No,
Let me say this.
anybody,
Let me
all
say
the
this.
people.
Wait for me. Wait for me. Wait for me. Wait for me. Let me say this. Let me say this. Let me say
Go
this.
ahead, go ahead, DJ, go ahead, DJ.
I would love a change in ownership. First of all, I would love a change in ownership. I feel like
Who
Miami,
who you want about the team?
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. If you can hear us, please save us.
I feel
Jeff,
like Miami really needs some like rejuvenation in terms of the team. Just
they
in
need
terms of
somebody with a
money,
lot of money who will
like
spend.
bring in a bunch of money. Bring in somebody who's gonna bring in a bunch of money. They're gonna upgrade those arena facilities. They're gonna, I don't know, increase accessibility because Lord knows going to a Heat game is like nearly impossible because
Or they
where
could
the
do
hell
what
you gonna park?
Phoenix's owner did and make the games free on TV. You know,
I never see that happening, but go off. But I feel like
they have
in
$3 hot
ownership,
dogs, DJ. They
a
have
change in
$3 hot
ownership
dogs.
could help, and then not a change in management just yet, but I really want Pat Riley to start prepping that protege. Well, we kind of have it.
He's
We kind of
already
have
he's
it.
not in there.
We kind of have it,
It's
if we're being
Andy and
honest. It's a lot of Andy. I think Pat
and what's his
Riley's
name?
the
It's not Mickey, but it's his brother. It's Nick. It's Andy and Nick.
Nick.
Yeah, Andy and Nick are the
And
owners.
I kind of want to see us move away from Nick because I feel like Nick mainly acts in Mickey's in favor of Mickey because
Yeah,
that's
because
his dad.
Pat was gonna lift Jimmy's suspension, and then this and that happened, and I'm like,
I would love for us to move away from the Erickson family because I feel like some new blood, some new ownership could really help rejuvenate Miami, not just in the team, but in things like facilities and the arena and uh, their outreach and marketing department. Like I feel like Miami needs to be marketed as a better team
yeah,
than
because
they
we
are.
gotta get some help, bro. We need
We really
somebody
do.
with league connections. You know what I'm saying? So we can
Mhm.
start getting these Laker trade destination. I don't
Because
know, bro.
we really are we like nobody wants to trade with us ever. But the crazy part is, who doesn't want to play in Miami?
Everybody,
Who doesn't want to play in Miami?
every NBA player I've ever talked to, which is been about 10, not a lot. They have all, bro. I'm trying to tell you, everybody be like, "I'm in Miami, man. Always sunny, man. Want to be out there." Being serious. Who don't want to play in Miami, DJ? DJ, why you trying not to laugh? That's disrespectful. No, but like I'm being serious though, DJ. I'm telling you right now. If you poll 100 NBA players, how many gonna say they don't want to play in Miami?
A lot want to play in
Exactly. Everybody want to play in Miami.
Miami.
You got no state taxes.
No state taxes, so that
It's
you're keeping
warm.
a lot of that money from the contract.
Keeping your
It's
money.
always
Because I
warm.
remember I
The
saw
beach
just
is
a
right there.
statistic. Jimmy Butler, when he was here, was making more than Jokic because of the state taxes.
hmm
And you
The
know
beach
Jokic
is
is
right
not coming
there.
here.
Like the house is nice. I'm not gonna bring up the other benefits of living in Miami, but we know them.
What do you mean by that, DJ?
We know them. Go to the beach. Go to the beach.
Yacht parties?
Don't even go to the beach. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Go
Carisha's
to the beach.
boyfriend? Carisha's
Go
parties at Carisha's boyfriend's house?
go to the beach. But I'm looking. I feel like right now, me and you are really looking past this season because if we're being honest,
This season was forgettable. Very
yes.
hurtful to watch. Really let me down. With the exception of Tyler Hero and Khalil Ware. Those two, you're fine. God bless you. Bam was better, but that really rough start was. But yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing because I don't know what the future holds. Honestly,
hmm
um, as sad as it might be, the problem about the Heat right now is they're built around a number one they don't have. And I don't know how you get a number one on this team without moving somebody that you would probably
That is
need
probably the
in
best
big.
way I've heard it described, actually.
Like,
I
I'm
agree
trying to
with
tell
that.
you,
We are built,
we
we are a
if we
team that
had
would be great if we had that
if you
central
had
star.
Jimmy Butler in 2022 on this roster, DJ, we we're title contenders at that point.
I love
Because
Hero and I love Bam, but we are lacking that star.
yeah, no, Hero and Bam are fine. They can be your 2 and 3. Hero can be. I believe Hero can be 3 and Bam can be. Hero can be second scoring option. You know what I'm saying? He just can't be the main one. But I feel like as a compliment, we even saw this with Jimmy. We even saw this with Jimmy. Hero as a complimentary scorer was never the problem. It was just I don't know. It was so much stuff going on around that build that just went wrong. If we just had health for one season, especially that 22 run, if everybody's body didn't fall apart, we're having different conversations right now. Very different
Or,
conversations. But hey, the game is the game. Basketball is not just about skill, it's about luck. Some got to swing your way. Either the
yeah.
ref has to watch you push the other player in front of them and not call a tech, or, you know, the other player gets hurt, like how we won in 23 when Giannis got hurt. It was unfortunate, and we also lost Tyler Hero in the same night. That game is cursed, by the way.
But sometimes something gotta happen to swing your way.
Something got to
And
happen.
if we're
Me and
being
DJ,
honest, this is the
yes.
Cavs series to lose.
Yeah, this is our serious lose. But me and DJ will have a deeper dive, either next episode or the other episode about what went on with the Heat and just some future outlooks. That's gonna be probably a longer episode just because of the in-depth stuff.
Sorry, my fault.
So you guys ever run around and just think, no but
No
yeah,
media. No
new
media.
media. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you found this entertaining. Thank you for all the support. You know, all feedback is appreciated. All feedback is appreciated.
All
Shout out to
views.
Jordan,
All...
LaCute. You're the GOAT. I see you be checking in, man. Always supporting, bro. Shout out to you. And shout out to LeBron, the
Why?
GOAT.
Because it's LeBron.
It's
It's
LeBron.
LeBron. It's LeBron. He saved our life.
Oh God. Wait, whoa.
Yeah, you
Jesus,
heard. I didn't stutter.
Jesus saved our life.
And then LeBron
And
did.
he gave us LeBron.
Yeah. Who double saved my life. Shout
Think
out
about it.
LeBron.
Think about it. If we're being technical for real,
Shout out
about
LeBron.
2,000 years ago, Jesus overcame the first 3-0 series deficit. Hear me out. Hear me out, DJ. Hear me out. Hear me out. No? All right.
Shout
Anyway,
out LeBron. Shout out my sunshine.
I guess
Shout
DJ don't
out
appreciate the
shout
greatness
out our
of
king.
the
I don't think the analogy flew as well as you thought it.
33 AD. I've been
I
saying that
don't
for
think the
years,
analogy
bro.
flew as well as you thought it
33
did, twin.
AD.
I
The
don't think
series
the
of Jesus
analogy
Christ
flew.
in 33 AD.
LeBron was playing back then too.
Hey DJ, do you think that when LeBron checked the ball up against Abraham, like from the Bible, or was it Adam and Eve? Or do you think like before the earth was formed, it was just God and
He was
LeBron
still
playing
dribbling that basketball. He was still dribbling
the earth was
basketball.
void,
He was still dribbling
dribbling was
that
heard.
basketball.
Let there be
He was
light.
still dribbling that basketball. If that's
So
when LeBron was playing, one was like Wilt
God
playing.
said, well, I
One
don't
was Wilt
know.
playing. One was
I don't
Wilt
know.
putting up numbers.
What isn't real, DJ? We went over this.
Okay. Wilt and Bill Russell were
Basketball
fabricated.
starts at Kareem. Shout out to Bill Russell. 6
Respectfully, everything before 1980 doesn't count to me. That's a joke, by the way. That's the most casual take ever. But
I don't. Yeah, it's just basketball is basketball. Like without all that, other stuff, we wouldn't have what we have now.
yeah, I mean, look at the dead ball era. Who cares about the dead ball era? To be honest,
Like there's a
the
reason
most
why people stopped
fraudulent era of
watching. There's a reason why
basketball.
people stopped watching when Michael Jordan retired. I wouldn't want to watch
Exactly.
that neither, man. What's wrong with you?
Exactly.
What?
I was watching Jordan highlights the other day. He be frying. He be frying. Y'all go watch some Jordan highlights.
Hey,
New
man, he be
media is
frying.
giving you
He be
New
frying.
media is giving you homework. Go watch some Jordan
Go
highlights.
watch some Jordan highlights. That man was playing 1-on-1. No illegal defense allowed.
Hmm.
LeBron was scoring on 3 different. I'm joking, but no, I'm not. Anyway,
Thank y'all for tuning in to another
all
episode
I'm
of the New
saying is this:
Media.
LeBron had a city. LeBronto. All right.
This has been your host DJ and your host Levi.
Have a good
Watch
night.
some
Have a
Heat
good day.
games. Watch some
Yes, sir.
basketball. Watch the next episode of the New Media.
Appreciate modern day basketball, man.
We love y'all.
We love all of y'all. Appreciate you. Good night. Good night. Good night. Peace.